You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
There was a time when us doing this episode and when we did it was something we didn't think we'd do in terms of we'd hopefully be, this would be a bye week for us. Then there was a time when we saw this preview as something which, let's be honest, wasn't going to happen because the season was just on a complete tailspin. It was like, yo, we might not make the playoffs. But the Dolphins are here. The Dolphins have made the playoffs for the first time in 2016. But similar to 2016, there is a horrible coincidence, if that's the best word I can use. The last time the Dolphins were in the playoffs, they went into the game on the road with their backup quarterback. This time, 5 years later, the Dolphins are on the road. I can't say the backup quarterback is their first string quarterback. Regardless, and all that being said, the Dolphins play the Buffalo Bills on Sunday in the playoffs. Mr. Charlie Touche, how are you?
Had a little time to digest the Tua stuff and Tua being ruled out by McDaniel. It's odd because for him to rule him out on Wednesday, if he gets cleared, I don't know how you go against the grain and said, "Oh, I had him ruled out, but we're gonna play him now." There's no way you could do that, right? No way. Like Chris Greer makes the phone call. Hey, Chris. Hey, Mike. We're playing him, bro. You the one who said he was ruled out. We didn't say he was ruled out. You feel me? So, nah, man. It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. I got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast. And
very quickly, can I just add, you say, not just across the pond, but across the world. The chances are people are watching this and I'm not in London. I'm not in England. I'm probably flying. If I'm not in the air, I am on a cruise in Barbados right now. So we really are across the world as you listen to this. This is me recording in London, England, but probably listen to it. I am in the Barbados. So apologies to cut you off, but I wanted to make that clear.
Nah, we really across the world, man. To infinity and beyond. Who said that, Kadeem?
I don't know.
You're lying.
Of course I'm lying. Buzz Lightyear, man.
Man, I'm about to give it to you, bro. Like, nah, man.
Again, so interesting story. Our first date, myself and Hannah Montana, we watched Toy Story 4. That was what we watched on our first date. Toy Story 4.
I think we kind of had a little dialogue about it, and then we talked about Sid and how he found the toys and all the other good stuff. But yeah, man. Hold on. Dang, I forgot where I was going, bro. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was watching this First Take and stuff, bro. I remember where I was going. You ready? I've worked in a lot of places in my days, and I've processed food before. I worked at processing plants, seen how applesauce was made, seen how coffee creamer is made, sugar, what other food processing? Sausage, hot dogs. I've been to a lot of plants. I ain't gonna lie to you. Seen a lot of processing. But I've never been at a plant where they like slaughter the animals. I've never seen it in my life. I never had to usher the animals in and like, hey, we're taking you to the slaughter. But I imagine, Kadeem, that it feels like this. The Dolphins on their way to Buffalo, just ready to just get slaughtered. Like, is there a chance, Kadeem, that we pull this game off?
100%. Like, and I'm not even like taking the mick. I'm not even being facetious. I'm not even being sarcastic. There is of course, there's a chance that the Dolphins can upset Buffalo in Buffalo. The chance might be 1%, but as they say, any given Sunday, listen, if Buffalo want to mess around and Josh Allen wants to regress 3 years and the Dolphins defense want to, you know, go Super Saiyan 3 God mode and just shut down everything. And, Jeff Wilson and Savon Ahmed want to run the ball like they've never run the ball before. And Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill want to turn Skylar Thompson into preseason Skylar Thompson. Then, yeah. But notice I just said a lot of things have to happen for the Dolphins to have a chance of winning. And that doesn't even guarantee victory. That's just to give them a chance to win. So, yeah, listen, I know it's unlikely. I'm sure the Vegas line is going to be at like, 12, 13 and a half points.
It's 13 right now. It's going to be 14 and a half at kickoff.
Listen, this is a key. Not even a key. This is a keep the game close until the fourth quarter and see what happens. It's the Dolphins have nothing to lose, everything to gain. Nobody's picking Miami to win this game. So go out there and just, I don't say enjoy yourself because you still got to play hard and stuff like that. But when you're under underdog this much, essentially the pressure's off Miami. This is a free hit, and when the pressure's off, this is a Mike Tyson. Is it Buster Douglas, the guy he lost to?
Mm-hmm.
Is it actually Buster Douglas?
It is Buster Douglas. You done, boy. If we could get as lucky as you did just now with that one, yeah, bro. If we could get some type of Kadeem luck for Sunday, we could win this game. Kadeem just threw out a name and like, yo, I think that's the guy's name.
Well, no, I knew it was Buster something, but like Buster, like, I 100% knew it was Buster. I didn't know if it was Buster Douglas or like something else. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, yeah, Kadeem, I'm gonna be real with you. The only way the Dolphins pull this game off, and this is we have to figure this thing out. What is Mike McDaniel cooking up in the den right now? The only way the Dolphins pull this off is if the Dolphins rush for over 250 yards. Slow the game down, minimize possessions, get the kickoff first. We don't give Buffalo a chance to get the ball. We receive the opening kickoff and start running it from there and just slow the game down, minimize possessions. Almost like Buffalo versus the Patriots from last year in the snow game or the cold game. I can't remember, where Mac Jones only threw the ball once or twice.
3 times.
McCorkle Jones only threw the ball 3 times. That's what has to happen in this game. Not saying because Skylar can't throw the ball, but we have to minimize Buffalo's opportunities to score. So Mostert has to have over. Like, matter of fact, is Mostert even playing? Is he ruled out?
With a broken thumb. So we do know
I heard there was an opportunity. There was a chance he was playing.
So Mike McDaniel confirmed he won't be playing in no thumb wars, essentially, no thumb war competitions like Mike McDaniel can only do. But it's probably going to be a Jeff Wilson and Savon Ahmed duo, I guess. Maybe.
Dang, no friend of the podcast, Myles Gaskin either, bro.
No, he's on IR. And obviously Alec Ingold had that massive cast on his hand.
So we don't have any more running backs on the practice squad to elevate.
I will double check as you continue your point.
Yeah. So how nice would it be to have Dr. White? What is he doing? So yeah, Zaquandre White was released. I wonder where he's at and what he's doing. And he would be a name that, yo, yeah, you want some touches? Some significant touches, right? So in my opinion, what has to happen, the Dolphins have to rush for over 250 yards. Slice it however you want. Skyler gets 50, Jeff Wilson gets 100, and Ahmed gets 100. However you want to slice it, the Dolphins have to run for over 250 yards for us to really have a real chance of defeating the Buffalo Bills. Yes, Josh Allen has this boneheadedness about himself where Buffalo would lose to teams they're not supposed to lose to. I think they lost to I almost said the Paper Planes last year, but they lost a couple games where I'm like, bro, I don't ever see how Buffalo loses. And then next thing you know, their record is 12-4 or something. Like, how did you lose 4 games? And 2 of those games were to inferior teams. So if Josh Allen wants to win a fan over, you'll drop the ball this game for us. Like, you just drop the ball, let us take over, and we'll take it from there. But that's all I got. Run the ball, minimize possession, keep the clock moving, try to make this a under type of game, under 30 points scored. Defense gonna have to go for strips. Tyreek Hill's gonna play kick return and punt return. Maybe you get a special teams touchdown.
Before I get back to my point, I have a bit of a game. You are so much NFL knowledge. How can put it to good use? So put it to good use now. The last 4. So Kevin Dern tweeted this. A grotesque list, but the Dolphins quarterbacks to start the last 4 playoff games, not counting Thompson this week. I can give you the years, or do you even want the years? The last 4 Dolphins quarterbacks to start a playoff game.
I'm gonna go with Matt Moore.
Yep, 2016.
Jay Fiedler.
Yes, 2001.
Dan Marino.
No.
Last 4 playoff games.
Last 4 playoff games.
So we made the playoffs 4 times since 2000.
Yep.
Dang. So I'm missing one. All right. So we got Jay Fiedler. We have Matt Moore. We have Ryan Tannehill.
No, because that's the Matt. That's the
Yeah.
Matt Moore,
So I just felt like Ryan Tannehill did like with that first Gase year, but I guess that was the Matt Moore year. Dang, bro. I'm grits, Holmes. Hold on. There's
I can
2
give you
more.
I can
All right,
give you
give me the year. Let's see what we get.
2008.
2008. That was the Brady got hurt year, and that's why the Dolphins went to the playoffs year. Yeah, I'm not gonna 2008. Nah, I ain't got it. Let me throw out a name. I'm gonna just throw out a name just cause. No way. Was it Sage Rosenfeld's?
It was not, no. So this is per Kevin Dern's tweet. The last 4 Dolphins quarterbacks to start a playoff game. 2016, Matt Moore. 2008, Chad Pennington. And then 2001 and 2000, Jay Fiedler. And the last
Jay Fiedler.
Sorry, yeah.
Dang, that was a kind of trick, bro. You could have told me there's only been 3 that played in the past 4, and I would have got the Jay Fiedler twice. But I should have got Chad Pennington because Chad Pennington was actually a decent quarterback. I blew that, bro.
And to be fair, I was gonna say like after like one more. When he's like one more, I was like yeah, because when you said Jay Ford, I was like yeah, 2001. So I was like yeah, like I gave you the 2, but
and I still laid down with Chad Pennington, so I should have got that one.
Yeah, and it's telling that yeah, the last time the Dolphins made the playoffs, they were down to their backup essentially. So listen, you mentioned it, I can mention it as well. there's a joke to be had that the Dolphins should implement that Patriots, scheme and essentially run the ball 3 times.
I don't even think that's a joke.
No, it's something that's being said. I also think that there's again, I didn't hate the overall game plan against the Jets, in which obviously there's a lot of quick throws, quick screens, and stuff like that. I think what you can take advantage of, I guess, is the Bills' defense trying to essentially cheat and try and stop those quick wide receiver screens, and you might get a corner essentially the whole team, rush that, and then you get someone sneak up around the back. Listen, I think there will be a lot of trick plays, a lot of handoffs. You might even see some wildcat formations. You're probably going to see the Dolphins go through a lot on fourth downs in situations or in their own territory, because it's like, what more can we do? And I think what was interesting is that in Mike McDaniel's Wednesday press conference, he was essentially asked, how do you keep up with Buffalo? Because you're not going to stop them with your defense. And I thought Mike McDaniel was like, hey, you can't say that. Instead, his joke was, do you have an earpiece with Sean McDermott in your ear? So I think, listen, this might be a game in which Josh Boyer's Miami Dolphins defense has one of those bend but don't break for 3/4, and they might give up a bunch of yards but hold Buffalo to 17 points and heading into the fourth. And I don't think it's unfair to say that if that is the case, they've done a decent job, in my opinion. If we can hold Buffalo to 17 points heading into the fourth, I would like to think with a mixture of special teams and some offensive luck, we might have put up 10. Hey, mess around, he might have put up 12 because Jason Sanders has gone 4 from 4 from field goals. But I think what Mike McDaniel was essentially saying is that they can't points chase because that's when your game plan kind of goes out the window. I kind of disagree because it's like you can't let Buffalo jump out to a massive lead, because what they would then do is just run the ball and you're not getting the ball back. But it's going to be a very, again, it's like what I said earlier, the Dolphins have nothing to lose. No one's going to give them a puncher's chance in hell of winning this game, and it is what it is.
You said some things there. I think if you could get out early, and this is the only reason we have to talk like this is because chances are we're not going to win this game. So we're really legitimately trying to come up with a way. How would we win if we won? If you can get out early, like score first, you get the ball first, you score first, it's 7-zip. Now you get a stop on defense, potentially a turnover on defense early. You go up 10-zip. Now Buffalo has to fight for real, as opposed to, we're going to walk all over these guys. Now there's a deficit they have to overcome, which they should be able to overcome because our offense would be so lackluster. But when you give someone hope, Kadeem, and you let a team in the game that shouldn't be in the game, if you're up 10-0, you score early, you get a field goal, you stop them a couple times because there's nothing wrong with our defense. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I'm expecting is the offense is going to put our offense will put our own defense in some tough situations to where the defense gets tired and they're always on the field. That's what I'm expecting. So if early in the game you could get that early touchdown, defense is still playing regular, like, all right, we're good. And then you get another field goal, you go up 10. Now you play the short game. Defense, just stop them before the halftime, because they get the ball. If you get the ball first, they get the ball at halftime. Don't let them score before halftime. Now you have a mucked up game. It's 7-3 going into halftime. That's it, bro. Like, hope. That's the hope. You don't want to get into a shootout with Buffalo right now. You don't even have a knife to bring to the gunfight. You have nothing. You don't even have a water gun, bro, for this gunfight.
You have a Crocodile Dundee spoon. That's what you have.
Right. Man, I don't know, bro. It's just not it. So yeah, you wanna try to get out early and then control the situation with the run game, muddy up the clock. Buffalo's down 3, down 7. Defense could do different things now. Buffalo may be inclined to throw more. Now you come up with like some big, blitzes and turnovers and sacks, put them in tough situations behind the sticks. What you said, Kadeem, was excellent. Double move early. Buffalo's gonna be out. Skylar Thompson ain't throw for over 50 yards last game. We're in his chest. And then you hit him with a double move early. Skylar puts it on the money early. All of a sudden, we might have a Sam Howell versus the Cowboys situation. Like, bro, this is this guy's first start, and he beat the Cowboys. Yes, it was in a game that they didn't play for, but they still played all of their starters and still couldn't do nothing against them. You know what I'm saying? So, any given Sunday, Kadeem, I'm about this any given Sunday life. You go up, Tyreek Hill returns a kickoff, or there's a pick six somewhere, or a fumble strip sack in Buffalo's territory, and all of a sudden the Dolphins are up 13 points, or just close in the fourth quarter. You know Josh Allen is capable of giving us one. So just keep the game as close as possible in the fourth quarter, and we can do some things. Now, I know we don't have Ryan Fitzmagic on our team anymore, and I know Tua's not playing, but at the same time, there were games that we kept close against Buffalo the past 3 seasons that should not have been close, and then it got out of hand in the fourth quarter. So if you can keep it close in a playoff game, playoff atmosphere, you have some world-class athletes on your team. There's no telling what can happen. Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Javon Holland, Bradley Chubb. There's no telling what these boys are capable of when their back is against the wall. So just try to keep it close.
And it's really funny you say that, because if I remember correctly, when we played Buffalo the first time this season, and we spoke about, how best to beat Buffalo, this is essentially exactly what we said. We was like, Buffalo at the time played down when playing Miami. We're like, you had the better team, and for whatever reason, in the fourth quarter, the game was still close. And then Buffalo, essentially, the lights went ding, and they're like, we can win this game. Yes, we had some, Mike Gesicki on a motion, and the ball got snapped in him. We kind of, didn't help ourselves. But again, it's a situation in which, obviously, that was the game plan going into the first game. The next 2 games, or those 2 games, obviously, the game plan altered because we showed that we can go toe-to-toe, pillar to post, start line to finish line, all that kind of stuff. We've now, again, gone back to, it's a matter of keep it close. And I think on the last episode, we spoke about, the atmosphere, the emotion, all that kind of stuff. It's a matter of special teams, or we need to essentially keep the game close, but don't let the crowd get into it. So again, let's not allow an opening kickoff like happened last week between Buffalo and New England, because the longer the game goes on, the longer it's a close game. And if anything, if Miami are up, there's going to be nerves in that stadium going, are we really going to lose? And those nerves will trickle, down onto the field. Players will be like, what is going on? If Josh Boyer can scheme up something smart, get into Josh Allen's head early, disrupt his rhythm, all of that kind of stuff, where he's missing guys, he starts seeing ghosts. And again, this isn't the Josh Allen from years ago, but again, that's how you win this game. You make it as ugly as possible. You genuinely hope that the refs are on our side, where we can get away with some holding on, but basically just, again, we need to play mistake-free football. We can't let penalties essentially kill any drives, sustain any Buffalo drives. The flip side to that is that we've seen throughout the entire season in Miami games, not Miami games, referees miss some of the most blatant things. And if we can get some of that luck on our side, again, it will hope, and it will help. And Miami really does need luck on their side against a team which has something bigger than luck, obviously, with what's happened in Buffalo this year and the Damar Hamlin situation.
We mentioned that too, Kadeem. Emotions. That's a real thing. Now, they've had their moment. The unbelievable kick return moment, and crowd goes wild. People crying on the sideline, hugs and kisses and all the good stuff, right? What if that was so exhausting that they're like, yo, this has been a lot. Damar Hamlin's back. Damar Hamlin's in the stadium. Crowd goes wild. You know what? We're just happy that we're here. Like, we're happy that we're in the playoffs. We got our boy back. We had our moment last week, and we're playing a team that ain't got a chance. There's a real legit chance that someone look past us now. Like, it's the Dolphins on their third string quarterback. We're good. Don't worry about it. And then that's when stuff happens, right? You said it. That's when something can happen. And same way to Miami. 2 years ago, went to Buffalo with a gimme game. Oh, we're gonna waltz our way into the playoffs because Buffalo's gonna sit their starters and we're gonna be good. And then we got smacked by them. I don't want to say it could be the other way around now, but there's a chance where we are taken lightly. They're just happy to have their homeboy back. They're happy to overcome the emotions. They're happy to, you know what, we had a incredible, life-changing week last week. We're playing someone trash this week. This is going to be a walk in the park. And then mess around, you punch the bully in the face. After that one punch, you never know. It could change some things. So you start off early, you get up 10 points. Can we get up 10 points? I doubt it. But if we could get up 10 points, run the clock out, have the defense play just straight in a phone booth. That's what they call it, in the phone booth. Actually, Kadeem, y'all still have phone booths. Y'all have the most notable phone booths on the planet in London. You are aware of that?
Oh yeah. The red phone booth, it's there. It's they're mostly around like central London, and it's more obviously because people want to take photos in the phone booth and stuff like that. I don't know if any of them have actual working phones, but
I ain't gonna lie, I had to take a couple pics.
It's for you. It's for you. They kept them there for you. But again, back to the emotion stuff. Listen, we know that Damar Hamlin.
Hold on. The caption for the picture though, like I had to do the Adele too. Hello, it's me. Like, you get it?
I thought you were gonna go with Adele? Lionel Richie.
Why would I go Lionel Richie in London though, Kadeem?
Because it's a better hello song.
It is a better hello song though. It is the better hello.
Like, hello. You go with a better hello song. So.
Yeah, it is the better hello song. Go ahead, man.
But yeah, and again, emotion. We know Damar Hamlin is now out of hospital in Buffalo. You mentioned the last podcast. He's probably going to be in a suite. Let's be honest. He's going to be, or we can only assume he's going to be in the locker room, giving the pre-game speech. That's going to fire up those boys even more. And not to even minimize what that team has been through. Sometimes that emotion does kind of spill over a bit too far. The Dolphins don't have anywhere near the same amount of adversity to try and get through this season. But, maybe something like if Tua is able to travel, and he's in the locker room, he's like, guys, season not over. They're all counting us out. He says something, get the guys rallied up. And again, it's a situation in which Skylar Thompson was able to start and finish his first NFL game. He's got an NFL win under his belt. The Dolphins, again, as we said, just get to the dance and anything can happen. I don't think this is a similar situation to Nick Foles and,
Carson Wentz.
and the Eagles and stuff like that. But just don't do anything stupid. And I'm sure the nerves across the entire Miami team were there on Sunday against Patriots. Hopefully those nerves are kind of subsided a bit. But it's just a matter of this team won't want to go out without a fight. They won't want to just, go down, toe between their legs in a fetal position, just saying, yeah, do what you've got to do and stuff like that. This team will hopefully fight to the very end. And it's a matter of, as we keep on saying, just make it gritty, make it dirty, and just give yourself a chance in the fourth quarter.
I'm be real. This is a 1-2-3 Cancun game. This is a 1-2-3 Cancun game. No one thinks you're going to win this game. I don't think anyone in the locker room. Let me take that back. Let me not even say it, because I'm pretty sure there are some people who there's some dogs in there that are like, yo.
No, listen, say it.
I ain't laying down. I ain't laying down.
No, say it, because that's the perfect motivation. They're like, yo, Charlie Touche.
No. You're not going to get Charlie Touche to say that. You're not going to get Charlie Touche to say that.
Say it, because then that way, Javon Holland, friend of the podcast, Javon Holland and Robert Hunt will be like, yo, I was only doing podcast. This is what not even these guys. This is what Charlie Touche says. And by the way, I know exactly where he lives. So you can roll down there and be like, yo, you said this, you didn't believe. So listen, say it. Say it in your chest.
Hey, you think if I say it on the podcast, we could do like some reverse psychology and then they win, and then they could come on the podcast and be like, we heard you say it? You think they could?
I'm going to be reverse psychology my way all the way to Sunday.
Yo, that's it. Dolphins are going to lose this game. There's no one in the locker room who's going to come and show up because everyone's already checking out. And yeah, I said it. Let's see how that works. Who knows? Maybe we get something out of that. Hey, 100%. Check it out though. The UFC has a unique setup in the way they operate their rankings. And the way the UFC works is, if the number 3 ranked fighter in the division fights the 15th ranked fighter in the division, then if the 15th ranked fighter wins, he gets the number 3 ranking. Like, yo, I took what's yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mine now. Now, I see a chance, an opportunity, Kadeem. All you want is opportunities in the world of sports. Yo, just give me a chance. Give me an opportunity. Any given Sunday. You never know. I see an opportunity, Kadeem, for the Dolphins to take everything the Bills have right now. The Bills have so much momentum, so much good vibes on their side, the storyline. People who aren't even Bills fans are going for the Bills, including myself, if we lose this game. Just put it out there. Dolphins lose this game, I hope the Bills win the Super Bowl. Straight up. But there's a chance, Kadeem, where the Dolphins can sneak a win here in the most miraculous of ways and be just this underdog, 16-point underdog in the playoffs, wild card. You're not even supposed to be in this game. Win this game against the Bills and take their ranking. Take everything that they have going for them and use it for us. All of a sudden, Dolphins beat the Bills. Tua comes back against the Chiefs. It's the return of Oos. Everybody's like, yo, Tua's back. Dolphins beat the Bills without him. Imagine what they could do against the Chiefs. And now we start our own story and our own run and our own everything else you want to own, good vibes, right? And then see what happens. Kadeem, I'll be real with you. I already got tickets to the Dolphins versus KC game. I do. I got 3 of them. I thought the Dolphins were going to beat the Bills if Tua played, and I was going to go to the KC game. I already got tickets. I ain't gonna lie to you. Matter of fact, post-production, we're going to show the tickets. I already got tickets. And I thought for sure we were going to Kansas City, and I was going to be cold in my cold weather gear, ready to go. Tua's back, and we're going to play Kansas City. I thought for sure Tua was going to play against Buffalo. I was on the record saying, yo, NFL's rigged. They're going to let them play this week. And then Tua would beat Buffalo. We're going to take everything that Buffalo has worked for. Now I have to pivot, and I do not think we're going to beat Buffalo. And it'll be a circus if Tua comes back this Sunday now, because the NFL might clear him, and Coach McDaniel might say, nah, I said he's out, and I'm not playing him. And then Stephen Ross say, oh, guess what? Tua's playing. And then it's a real circus. And then the whole national media is going to say, you guys don't care about Tua's health. And it's crazy because, again, I just heard Stephen A say, well, Tua has had 2 concussions in this season. And the other dude, Mad Dog, said he has 3 concussions in 3 months and they shouldn't play him and he needs to think about his career. Rookie Kenny Pickett has 2 concussions in his rookie season, and y'all not thinking he needs to be concerned about his career? That's wild to me. That's insane to me. But there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance?
I'm not going to do the whole wrestling, Royal Rumble, Tua's entrance music thing again. Like my voice can't take it. I can't reiterate enough that it's just a matter of just live. It's it's 500. Your last $500 on black, nothing to lose. Let's just might as well just go all in and see what happens. So
Kadeem off the top rope with the roulette analogy.
So yeah, I don't care what that's like. I do care what the score is. I just want to see a team go back there on Sunday and just fight. Just don't feel disheartened and just make sure you leave that field knowing that you gave it all. Because again, we haven't really discussed it, but this is probably the last time we see the likes of Mike Gesicki and stuff in a Dolphin jersey. And just don't go outside. Don't go outside. Like, give Mike Gesicki at least 1 touch. How about we do that? So,
yeah. This is matter of fact. You asked me how many targets does Mike Gesicki get in that last game, and I said 4. How many targets did he get? I know he got 2 for sure because he came out with that 1 catch, and then he got that almost. Matter of fact, he had 3 for sure because he had 1 that was like a screen, and I'm like, oh, Gesicki don't break tackles, so he might have had 4 targets. Kadeem,
let me double check.
Yeah, let's see how many targets Gesicki had last game, and so I can also see a Bart Scott can't wait moment for the Dolphins. Do I believe it's going to happen? Nah, I want to be clear to everyone listening. I don't believe it's going to happen. But if I do see it happening, this is the way I see it. I see a under game, under 43 points, and the Dolphins up by 2 points because Jason Sanders been kicking field goals the whole game, and it's like 12-10, and Dolphins are up. Buffalo's driving. Last drive of the game. Dolphin holds on 4th and short, and then the cameras run on the field. Go to friend of the podcast, Javon Holland. No one thought you had a chance, and what do you have to say about going to the next round of the playoffs? And then Javon Holland Snowman says, you all doubted me. You all doubted us. No one picked us to win this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone counted us out. And I could see Javon Holland with the just doing the Javon Holland things and hit him with the Bart Scott. See you in Kansas City next week. Can't wait. I can see it, bro. Like, no one counted us. No one says we're going to win it, including Charlie Touche on Go Time Dolphins. So hopefully y'all boys come, like, chew me up in the offseason. You know what I'm
saying? As I'm looking right now, I just completely messed up my entire screen. My fault. So the receptions last week, Mike Gesicki had 4 for 46 yards. Jalen Waddle had 5 for 44. Dermot Smythe had 3 for 39. Tyreek Hill had 2 for 23. That's just receptions, not targets. Receptions. And obviously we know we did go to Hill quite a few times. didn't quite bring them all down. What's interesting is that Eric Ezekama also had one reception for 3 yards. So
early in the game.
yeah, but it's also Raheem Mostert had 2 for -10, so that's not good. But yeah, it's I would not be surprised if once again they try and get the ball often and early to Hill, Waddle, and just see if they can make one guy miss and take it to the house. You know, same way that 49ers opening, not even drive, opening pass, bang, straight away, touchdown. If we can get that again, brilliant. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I just think it's gonna look like the TCU Georgia game. Yeah, I just don't want it to look like that, bro.
What, 65-7?
Yeah, man. Like I really don't want that, bro. I don't want that for Mike Gesicki's last game. I don't want that, bro. We're gonna get in another huddle, Kadeem, and I need to I need that Fahrenheit so I can redeem myself from last week. I was disappointed in myself.
So you want the Fahrenheit? Yeah, over.
I want the Fahrenheit.
So in Fahrenheit, 34 degrees. 34 degrees Fahrenheit.
34 degrees Fahrenheit?
Yep.
For Sunday's game in Buffalo?
For Sunday's game in Buffalo.
So last week I divided it by 2, then I subtracted 32. This week I'm going to subtract 32 first and then divide it by 2. So 34 minus 32 is 2. Divide that by 2. Divide that by 2. Plus or minus 1.
Oh. I need a definitive answer. What is it? trying to give it 2 answers.
No, because there's a plus or minus 1.5 that I get window. So this is like a bet. Like, yo, I could give you the plus or minus and I'll be good. You feel me?
But I need one answer. You can't give me both answers. I need one.
So I'm trying to think if I could give you one answer and it's guaranteed that I hit. But if I give you the safe answer, if I give you one answer, there's a chance I miss because there's a plus or minus 1.5. This goes into easy money, like real quick. So all right, 32, and then you got 2. Let's just go with 1 degree Celsius.
You are correct, Junior Grasshopper. Don't give me the biceps because you were nah.
But look, it was kind of tricky. Like once we got the 2 degrees divided by 2, like it gets kind of tricky. So one is playing it safe because you got the plus or minus window.
Yeah. Listen, the injury report right now for Miami is looking quite horrible. To be fair, from what we can gather, it's a lot of seeing who said what. What I do know is that per Barry Jackson, the Dolphins started their playoff practice without their top 5 offensive tackles. And we also know that Liam Eichenberg has not participated so far in training. We know that Tua is out for the game on Sunday. We also know that Teddy Bridgewater has started throwing the ball around, but again, Skylar Thompson is the presumed starter. There's no update as of right yet as to the process or the status, I should say, of Raheem Mostert. But as we learn more over at Go Time Dolphins, we will inform you. So pay attention to our socials, pay attention to our YouTube shorts, because when we find something out, we will let you know. Obviously, no fantasy. So what do we have for easy money?
Typically, I try to just keep easy money to the Miami Dolphin side because it's a Miami Dolphin podcast. But if it was a real easy money show, like Go Time Easy Money, and we only had bets for the NFL, I find the best NFL picks for you guys. Since this is a Dolphin show, this is why I tend to just keep it Miami Dolphins. So it's a little bit harder And I wouldn't go over to the Bills side like, oh, Josh Allen's guaranteed to have 50 yards rushing, right? So I try to keep it pro Dolphins on Go Time Dolphins. So for anyone who's wondering, like, hey, yo, bro, you could have found an easier number than that. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's Go Time Dolphins. I try to keep it Dolphins. So the easiest thing I can do this week is crazy, bro. I would say under 43.5, but there's a chance the Dolphins get 3 points and the Bills score 6 touchdowns. And then it kills the over. So I think I'm going to go under as the easy money pick of the week. There's no passing line yet for Skylar Thompson because we don't know who the quarterback is. So they're not giving it to us. So that makes this a little bit harder too. So I'm just going to go under 43.5 points in this game is the easy money pick of the week. No props. That's it. I got something for you, Kadeem, though. Over under 1 quarter before Skylar Thompson gets the hook and Teddy Bridgewater comes in.
Over.
So you think Skylar Thompson makes it more than 1 quarter?
I think Skylar Thompson finishes the game.
No, not finishes the game because he could get yanked and then come back in. I'm talking about.
So
you think he plays a complete game?
I think he plays a complete game, and part of that is because I think the game won't be close enough where it's a matter of, you know what, let's pull Skylar and see if Teddy can give us an injection to win the game. I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it can be like, this isn't close. The Bills have jumped up to such a lead in such quick fashion that, yeah. And you know what? Listen, it could be a situation where, for whatever reason, Skylar throws back-to-back 6 picks. But I think even if that happens, the score might be like 28-0, and it's like, well, that's game done. So
back-to-back 6 picks. This man just said.
I said pick sixes.
You said back-to-back 6 picks, but it's cool. It's cool. Nah, I think that's why I think we're going to see Teddy in the first quarter. I think the game's going to start to get away, and Mike McDaniel's going to say, yo, I need everything you got, Teddy. If you're dressed with a uniform on, it's because you're ready to play if Skylar Thompson gets hurt. So he's not hurt, but we need you. So you're going in. That's what it is. Bruh, if Mike Glennon got to see the field, bruh, Mike Glennon got to see the field. If we go down 12, someone has to come in and save us, bro, or attempt to save us. I'm not just riding Skylar Thompson because we owe it to Skylar Thompson. He's not Marino going out on his shield. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. Everybody gets to. Cedric Wilson probably ain't played quarterback since high school. Cedric Wilson needs to play quarterback, bro. Straight up. I need to see I want to see everything, bro. If the game is 14-0, 17-0, we're making changes. If we have to play Wildcat with Tyreek Hill taking all the snaps, that's what we got to do. So I'm unwilling to let this game get out of hand without trying to fight for it.
I think it'll be interesting if in that scenario how Skylar has actually played. Like if Skylar's having a similar game to the I think even if Skylar has a similar game to the Jets, they probably would pull him regardless, because it's like, again, it's, you know, you're down 7 or whatever. The defense that kept us in it, a Teddy Bridgewater 45-yard pass might do the trick. But it's also a matter of, obviously, there's a lot of people on social media that said that Skylar missed a lot of open throws and all that kind of stuff. And I thought after the Patriots game, that was him just kind of wanting to play conservative and not do anything that can risk the Dolphins not making the playoffs. And while there's a train of thought which in my head is going, he might play the same, not do anything to put the Dolphins in a negative, you know, like throw a pick 6 or anything like that. I do think there needs to be an element of something which Tua had to go through, just kind of being not reckless with his passes, but again, throwing it up there and seeing if, we can get a flag or a DB slips, and because again, I don't think in my opinion there wasn't enough at least test them deep. It's again third and 17 at midfield. Please just go deep because
Straight
you
up.
never know what can happen.
Straight
This
up.
whole and again, I don't mind a quick wide receiver screen on first down, see all that kind of stuff, but on third and long, I have for a team that goes deep on like second and one on third and 17, if anything, just in my opinion, not every single time. Again, depends on what the defense gives you.
Right. That's obviously because if it's 3rd and 27, then they're expecting it. So if you go long on 3rd and 6, like they're not expecting you to go 50 yards over the top. That's why Waddle and Hill had a bunch of those earlier in the season. So now I do understand what you was where you're trying to get to. But how about this? You said Skylar Thompson, it depends on what Skylar Thompson looks like. Let's be real. When was the last time we seen Skylar Thompson look good? It was probably in the preseason against the third team of the preseason, in which that third team, half of that third team probably isn't even in the NFL anymore. That is not a shot. Skylar Thompson looked good in the preseason, good enough for us to have conversations of, yo, we could move on from Teddy and Skylar Thompson could be the backup. Remember that? Do we still feel that way right now? I don't know that I do. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't think Skylar's ready to play football right now. That's okay. He's a 7th-round pick. He needs to develop. It's okay. But I don't think we put Skylar in that situation. And last time we seen him look good was against third stringers in the preseason, and half of those third stringers are no longer in the NFL. Not a shot. What's your prediction for the game? What's the scoreline?
Well, so I was just gonna say, like, my mind kind of blanked out a lot of that Miami Jets game, the first one where the game was close until it wasn't close. But Skylar Thompson essentially played that entire game, and the fact that it was close in the fourth quarter, could some of that not be given to Skylar Thompson not stinking at the place, or was it more just the Jets kind of lowered themselves to what was happening on the field, if anything?
I missed that, Kadeem. I got some notes in my phone.
No, I was just saying, you said the last time Skylar Thompson played well was the preseason. And I was saying, remembering what we can of that first Jets game in which Teddy played one snap, Skylar Thompson played the majority of that game.
Yeah.
And up until the fourth quarter, the Dolphins were still in the game, which essentially means that Skylar Thompson would have done well enough at the very least to keep it close. Even though the Dolphins didn't score that many points, or does that just not matter no more? And if anything, playing well enough and not scoring points isn't good enough in the NFL in 2022.
I see what you're saying now, and I'm glad you repeated it. Thanks, because I needed to hear that. He did look better than what he's looked of recent. Well, I guess not of recent, but he looked better against that game than he did in his last game. Here's my thing. It's a moment. It's the playoffs, bro. We don't have any allegiance to Skylar Thompson's career of we have to appreciate what he's done for us as a Dolphin. No, we don't. We can just pull you after the first quarter. We can. We're trying to win. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Jalen Hurts in the national championship. Got pulled for Tua. Like coach said, nah, bro, I'm trying to win this game. Straight up. And then Jalen Hurts ran on the field, celebrated the same way he would have if he won the game. So yeah, I'm sure Skylar Thompson would celebrate the same way he would celebrate if he won the game if Teddy came in and won it for him or for us. Did you give your prediction, Kadeem?
I didn't know. Oh, I am going to go Miami 13, Buffalo 37.
Dang, there goes the over. You smashed my under. There goes the under. I think it gets out of hand early, so it'll kind of slow down later. So that's why I don't think they'll hit the over, because they'll be like, "Yo, it's the mercy rule. Like, let's take it easy on these boys." I don't know. That's bad, bro. I'm kind of rethinking this easy money thing. Can this be the first time I go back on the easy money and switch it up?
But then,
Can
you
I
know what?
can I switch it up, bro?
But when you played Buffalo last time and they could have rested starters, and even when they did rest starters, those guys kept on going. Like, they were like, we don't care.
Yeah, bro.
Like there's no, there's no one past the pad. You guys are gonna stay for the full beating. You're gonna take every second of this battering. Don't come back into our building, or don't even play us again until you're worthy. So, listen, it's a matter of, it all depends on what can Miami play well enough to not allow it to turn into a battering, basically.
Here's the thing, bro. There's literally no props out yet for Miami, so I can't even give you anything else but over, under, or money line. Obviously, I'm not taking the Dolphins money line, and the over under is the only thing I could give you for pick of the week. Now, what I'll do in this case is I'll still take my under for pick of the week, and last minute locks, I will either officially change it on last minute locks, so you got to tune in because we'll have better lines, or I won't change it. So now you have a reason to tune in the last minute locks on Saturday on our YouTube at Go Time Dolphins and see what I got for the pick of the week on last minute locks. Because right now there are absolutely no lines for the Dolphins to even choose from. This is all Buffalo lines, so I can't even pick on it. So Kadeem got the over though, and I'm gonna say score prediction is 13 was a great pick because I think we kind of sneak a mercy touchdown in there somewhere, and this is a great week to take Eric Ezukama anytime touchdown. That line is probably like plus 1,800 too. Matter of fact, this is not a pick of the week, but I'm taking an Eric Ezukama anytime touchdown this week. All right, so my prediction would be I think we get 9, 3 field goals, but then it's going to get so bad that we can't kick field goals no more. So there's 2 field goals in there. And this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. I'm going to say my prediction is 30-12. And I get hit and I keep the under and everybody's happy. All right, real quick, Kadeem. What's the prediction if the Dolphins win? Just because we could do it, Go Time Dolphins. If the Dolphins win, what's the prediction?
17-14, Jason Sanders field goal to win it with under 30 seconds left. And Buffalo will still find time to drive down the field, but Javon Holland will make a stop. Not an interception, but a stop to steal the game.
And then hit us with the can't wait, Bart Scott. All right, so if the Dolphins win, my prediction is going to be 4 field goals from Jason Sanders. 5 field goals from Jason Sanders. It's going to be 15-14 Dolphins. All field goals. And Buffalo doesn't get in field goal range. They have the ball last and can't get in the field goal range to try to win it. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time.
Answer.
I'm seeing a lot of people saying, once again, that the Dolphins should play friend of the podcast, Robert Hunt, at right tackle. What are your thoughts on that?
We're decimated. Nothing matters no more. I'm for real. It doesn't matter no more. This is not like a starting lineup. We're putting in, let's try to put the best. No, this is patchwork. Yo, we don't have anything. Eric Fisher's out for the season, and we just got him in like 3 weeks ago. Kendall Lam is out for, is he out this game? He might not be. I don't know. But anyway, he's injured. He's hurt. Like, bro, everybody's hurt, bro. It doesn't matter no more. Put whoever you need to put Dieter in at center, put Connor at left guard. It doesn't matter. Call Solomon Kenley back, honestly. Like, bro,
I think they were picked up by either the Giants or Dallas of one of their practice squads in that order.
Doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter where people are playing, bro. This is it. This is Sandlot 101, bro. Play wherever we need you to play, and let's hope for the best.
I asked that because so Teron Armstead won the Media Good Guy Award. He said if he can play, he'll play. But he did say, and I just lost the quote, which is annoying. He said, per Joe Shad, Rob Hunt was having a Pro Bowl type of season at right guard, and you don't expect him to be able to get in there at right tackle. Whether that means long term in terms of
Hold on. Joe Shad said that?
No. So Joe Shad's quoted it from Teron Armstead.
Hold on. I'm confused. So say the quote again, please.
Rob Hunt was having a Pro Bowl type of season at right guard, and you don't expect him to be able to get in there at right tackle.
So you're saying Teron Armstead said that?
Yes.
About Robert Hunt playing right tackle?
Yes.
I don't understand that, bro.
That's what he said.
I don't understand that. Like I refuse to comment on that take. I don't get it.
So the reason I mentioned Joe Shad because I was reading from Joe Shad's Twitter, yeah. Mm-hmm. But the quote or what Joe Shad has penned out, I assume, by his laptop is literally Rob Hunt was having a Pro Bowl type of season at right guard, and you don't expect him to be able to get in there at right tackle. And also what Teron Armstead, which I'm sure you all, by the time you hear this, you all know what he said. But he said he was advised to get surgery week 1 on his foot, and that would have ended his season. And he said, I'm playing through it. So I know there's some people who believe that Teron Armstead was one of the guys who quit on this team or, you know, could have played through the injury over the past few weeks and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is a guy who essentially could have been shut down from week 1, and he's to give us anything more, in my opinion, has been great, and he's obviously been sorely missed in games he hasn't played. But yeah, just a little update on Teron Armstead.
Yeah, we didn't think Armstead was going to make it through the whole season. Per a couple of our sources, not to out anybody, but we thought for sure, oh yeah, they're shutting him down, and we didn't. And that's what's up. He's a soldier. That's why he paid the big bucks. Enjoy your trip, bro.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna be watching this game, probably drowning my sorrows in the middle of the sea in Barbados somewhere, and just
hold on. So you're going on a cruise, and you're going to Barbados, right? Like you know the
it sounds familiar.
You don't know the song about a 3-hour tour, and then they get stranded on the island?
I might know the song, but I probably don't know the words as always.
I can understand that because you're from England, but I didn't know if it's Gilligan's Island.
So when I was like, I probably know the the theme because I've watched enough American TV shows where they've mentioned Gilligan Island, but I wouldn't know the actual words of the song, I guess. So
Yeah, it's something about a 3-hour tour. I don't know how many people know all the words to that. If you know all the words to that, you might have to do some reevaluating. But yeah.